Hi, I'm Skyler, welcome to AgamidCG, and today is day 10 of my 30-day sculpting challenge, and I am tired. Today's prompt is a lotus flower. I got home late last night, and after life stuff and eating dinner, I only left a couple of hours before midnight to get any sort of sculpting done. But I still wanted to keep challenging myself and learning new things, so in this one I learned a new tool that I had never used before. I honestly had no idea how powerful this tool was, and if you've never used it before, you're about to see what I mean. Of course, I gathered some references because I don't have enough lotuses, loti, whatever plural is for lotus, in my visual memory. Creating a single petal was surprisingly challenging. I ended up using the technique of flattening a sphere and shaping it into a petal form. This will probably cause some topology issues down the road, so if you have any better approaches, feel free to throw them my way. I'm very open to suggestions. After about 10 minutes of that, I jumped into array mesh, and there are a ton of options here. I don't fully understand everything it does yet, but it's incredibly useful for duplicating and manipulating multiple instances of an object, especially around a central point like the middle of a lotus. I went back and forth between editing a single petal with the bend curve tool and adjusting the array mesh to get the overall shape and feeling right. I'll admit it looks a bit wallpapery at this stage, but mostly because I haven't learned how to properly randomize things yet. Next, I duplicated the array mesh to create a second layer and shaped it into a more upturned curve. I also made these petals a bit thinner. Not sure if that's botanically correct, but I just wanted some variation. Then I added a third layer, rotating it so everything was staggered. With less than 20 minutes left, I felt like I was in pretty good place, and I started working on the stamen. At least I think that's what it's called. I used array mesh once again to add a bunch of little seed pod type forms, and then added the fluffy antenna looking bits that come out of it. I'm not a botanist, okay? At this point it looked pretty terrible without variation, so I spent the next 10 minutes trying to figure out how Nano mesh works, and apparently it's actually pretty simple. You just convert your array mesh to a Nano mesh, randomize and tweak the variation settings, and then go to inventory one mesh. After that, you Control-Shift-Click to hide everything except the Nano mesh plane, delete it, and boom, you've got the mesh that you want. With a bit of time left, I added some poly paint and played around with shaders. I also added a stem and experimented with some green petals, like fresh ones. But those looked really off, so I scaled them back and made them smaller later on. I was actually pretty happy with this one so far, and I even had extra time. I wanted to add a frog underneath the flower, but that was definitely an unrealistic stretch goal. And I was happy I was able to take control and not let myself overestimate my skills again. I can definitely see how with Nano mesh and array mesh, you can do so many more things. If you really had the time that you put into it to add details and proper variation, you could get a really nice project going. But for my first flower that I've ever done, I think this is pretty good. I'm quite happy with it, and I've checked off another day of consecutive sculpting. As always, thanks for watching, and if you have any ideas for things that I should sculpt next, throw them down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on day 11.